Hi guys, and welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really do appreciate it. So today, never mind the phone. What we're going to do is make something for a subscriber. A very nice subscriber who chats to me all the time and watches all my videos. This is for Fran in Merseyside. An apple cake is what she wanted, so that's what I decided to do for her. So for this sponge, you're going to need 225 grams of margarine or butter straight from the fridge. So none of that, allow it to come to room temperature stuff. 225 grams of caster sugar, 225 grams of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 4 large eggs beaten, 2 eating apples peeled, cored and grated. And then there is a filling, and it's going to be a fresh cream filling with a blackcurrant jam. The size of the tin required is a 20 centimetre tin or 8 inch round loose bottom tin, but me being me, I prefer these shallow tins, so I want to split this cake into 3. You are more than welcome to do the 2 as the original recipe calls for, but I want to split it into 3. I find a 3-layer cake looks nicer, can be decorated nicer, and is a bit lighter. And I almost forgot to add, you're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So sorry about that, forgot them ones. So we're going to start. Are you watching, Fran? Because this one's for you. With the butter. Then, wreck the kitchen and add the sugar. And you want to cream them. Cream them until they're fluffy. So, what I'm going to do is just scrape down the sides of this. Give it another quick blast. That's looking nice and pale and fluffy. As always, the recipe will be down below in the description. So just give that another quick blast. Lovely. Now I'm going to add the vanilla. Salt. Cinnamon. And a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to add it to the flour and mix that in. Why is it your phone never goes off until you're recording? Always the case. So, what I'm going to do now is put the apples that I've done into there. So that's 2 eating apples, grated. I've used a fine grater, but you can use the regular cheese grating side if you wish. And I've got the 4 eggs that I've mixed up while that was creaming. What I'm going to do is turn that on and let it go for a minute. Now you are going to want to have your oven, well this isn't mixing, and it is meant to look like that, don't get panicky. Preheat your oven to 180C, 160C fan, sorry about that, I was just checking, and gas mark 4. Make sure you do grease your pans and line them with baking parchment if you do use baking parchment. I think you're brave if you don't. It won't look curdled once your flour goes in, so don't worry about that. It's just because of the eggs. I'm going to put it back in. Give it another whiz. If you use the two tins to make the cake and have a regular Victoria sponge, then you need to bake it in the oven for around 25 to 30 minutes, but I would check it at the 25-minute mark. If you do it in the others, which I'm doing, the thin ones, I'm going to try 17 minutes and check it. Because with these thinner ones, they do cook a lot quicker. But because this has got the apple in, I'm going to go a few minutes extra. So that's the times if you decide to use the normal loose bottom 20cm tin and do 2. And again, cut the time down for the thinner ones. So now what I'm going to do is add the flour. I'll be wearing it, you watch. All in all, I'm adding it in 4 goes. And the batter will be quite thick, even though you've got them apples in there. I'm going to turn this up for a second and then scrape it down. Look, you can see now it's no longer got that curdled look. So you can stop panicking if you're making it and following along to the video. There's always a way to sort something out. Never panic. It's a cake at the end of the day. Nothing to worry about. So I'm going to give that a minute or so. Just to whiz up properly. And then I'm going to divide it between the tins. I'm going to turn this off. It's like 9:15 at night when I'm doing this. Waiting for the kids to go to bed and all that for a bit of peace and quiet. So, this is now lovely. There you go. Nice and thick. Pillowy. and that's what you're after. Move that out of the way. Hey guys, just a quick voiceover. The battery did run out on the camera, but you've literally missed nothing. You've seen me pour them into the pans, and all I would have done is pop them in the oven. And then all I said after that was that I would not be putting the fillings and the topping on until the next day when it was cold. So that was literally all you missed, and then it went to the next morning. Alright guys, thanks. Hey guys, welcome back. So it is now morning. These have been left to cool, and that's still in the tins, so that is important, you leave them to cool in the tins. I don't know, once I get this up, because I made the mistake of stacking, that it's going to take the top layer off, but yeah. Just like to say, it doesn't matter, it's going to be covered anyway. Ooh, I say. So let's start. Well, that come out easy enough, guys. So that's numero uno. I'm going to put mine that way. This, what I'm using is a cake caddy, so it's going to go straight into the fridge. So here I've got the cream to go inside, and I've got blackcurrant preserve to put inside. To make this so that it will just drizzle in, I have microwaved it and mashed the blackcurrants. So please make sure when you do use it, obviously because we're using cream, that it's cooled down. Mine's more or less cooled down. And then I've got a different tip in this pastry bag for the cream to the top of it. You know me, I like to have cream all over. So that way, thank you. All we're going to do is make this outside one look nice, because that's what people can see. Hang on. Overfilled. So just do it nice around the outside. Like I said before, people do eat with their eyes. If something looks nice, they're more likely to try it. Knew that had happened because I overfilled. Never mind. So all I'm going to do now is cut the tip of this bag and watch it go everywhere. I think you can see what I'm doing anyway. I'm going to cut the tip of the preserve bag in a fashion. There we go. And you need to hold this so it doesn't all come out at once. And just go round. with a little layer. And then I'll do another layer here while you've got it out. It's not the tidiest job in the world. Good thing about cooking this for ourselves is that we get to eat it. Any bits that drip on us, it's fine to eat because nobody else is going to complain, are they? So I'm going to go in the centre here. Well, in between the two parts where we put the preserve. Next, which one's the most level? So I'll have that one. So we'll take the next one. So that's what we've got so far. You don't need to use a piping bag. So by all means just do what you want to do. If you want to lay all the jam down and then spread some cream over the top, that's absolutely fine. You don't need to do what I'm doing. So we're going to go round again. Don't worry too much about it being perfect, guys. There's going to be another lid on top of this if you've done 2. Sorry, 3. Good Lord, I don't even know what I've done. So I'm going to let some more out carefully. There we go. Oh, looks like I've missed a chunk of fruit. There we go. What goes better with apple? Blackberries, blackcurrants. Ooh. I have to fold that one up because otherwise it's going to leak. And it's dropped it. It's a good job I don't need them all yet. Sorry guys, my hands are all sticky, so I'm just giving them a wash. So, back we go. So this is just a regular tip that you've seen me use before. I'm just going to put some more cream in. So that's the end. That's the end of that one. And so far, if you've done the 3 layers, that's what it's looking like. Last layer. I'm going to put it top up. This has turned out a lot lighter than I expected it to, actually. This is a new recipe for me, guys. I've not made it before last night, so I had no idea how heavy or light it would turn out. If it turned out to be nasty, I just wouldn't have put the video up. So if it's up, it turned out alright. So I'm going to randomly, you might think I'm potty doing this, but randomly put some preserve all over the top. It's a bit of waste really, I haven't done too much of it. And I'm going to swap to this bag. What I'm using in this bag is the same cream. So I whipped 2 tubs of elmlea and I did 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. In the States that would be, I'm assuming, heavy cream and confectioner sugar. And that's given me a lot of cream. I knew I'd need a lot anyway because I always like to do the top. This is a Russian tip. Don't know if anyone can see. I am by far not an expert with any tip, but Russians most definitely not. But I thought I'd give it a go for a sort of different look. can't decide whether I want to carry on practicing with Russian tips or not. I mean, I've got loads of them, but they're a lot harder to get than the other ones. Oh, that one popped out. So all I'm going to do is just go, and more cream's going to come out. Just want to go into the centre of each one. Just fill that little hole. Might have to put some more cream in this in a minute, guys. Let's see. So far this gets me not far. I can't say I'm surprised. Typical, innit? You just need to finish that last little bit. Good job I've got some spare. Not a lot, but I have got a bit spare. You guys don't mind. We're not a professional baking channel. We're hen cooks. Don't have to have everything perfect. Just do the best we can with what we've got. That's the air trapped in that. There. I've got too much in that one. Just fill in that little hole that you get with them. Right, guys. See if I can zoom this in. I am not very good with zooming on this. So that's what the top looks like with a Russian tip versus, I don't know if to turn, yeah, a regular tip. It's like wavy flowers, I guess. Just makes the top look a bit more pretty. So there you have it, guys. That is my apple and cinnamon cake, which needs to go in the fridge, and I've just tipped that up too much. Apple and cinnamon cake, and it's got a blackberry, blackcurrant and fresh cream, basically, in it. So simple. And I need to get this into the fridge now, and I've got to get everything ready for dinner. So when I cut it later, I'll get the camera out and show you. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around for this video. Honestly, give it a try. It didn't take much time at all. From the actual whipping up to the actual baking, it was about 25 minutes. My cakes, because they was thinner, took 20 minutes to cook. So depending on which way you do it, I suppose. So again, thank you. Thank you for watching the video. If you've not subscribed already, please consider subscribing and joining the family. This family is growing very, very quickly. I only started on the last day of June, and we're very, very close, as I've done this, to 300 subscribers, so I'm very, very pleased. You guys have been great, you leave great comments, and you're very encouraging, so thank you. Alright guys, I just thought I'd show you. I showed you when I decorated it and everything. I just thought I'd show you it once it's cut. This cake has turned out a lot lighter than I expected with the apple in. This was a new recipe. We have taken like a small, tiny little sliver out of it since it's been done. So I will show you. It is so light and fruity. It's a good combination, if I do say so myself. So please guys, if you do make it, take a picture and tag me in it so I can have a look, because this one I'm particularly proud of. This is a good recipe. Okay guys, thanks a lot. Anyway, thank you guys. Please, on your way out, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. It'd mean the world. And I'll see you for the next video. Bye.